K9RFD. Good evening, Mike. How's my signal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sounds good. We're going to hold the net here on this repeater, and we're not going to worry about any severe weather. There's a severe thunderstorm watch for Greene and Rock counties up in, I don't know what time it was, but that won't bother us. We're not supposed to get any rain around here, or thunderstorms until around midnight. That'll be well after I close down the net. Okay, I'll let you go so you can get stuff ready. So this is K9GCR. We'll be calling the net in exactly 9 minutes here. K9GCR, of course, stand by for the net. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North America and all the ships at sea. It is 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 1 hour Zulu time, and welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport. I'll be your net control. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, have fun. This is what this hobby of radio radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications in a situation. Yes, and speaking of emergency communications, please say prayers for the people out in Maui and Hawaii. They're going through a terrible situation. You know, the ham radio operators are definitely working their you-know-what's off because of the tragedy. There's no cell service, no internet connections on the island of Maui during that terrible fire out there. The death toll is expected to rise. That's enough of that. As I said, the purpose of this net to have fun. That's what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of the net is providing an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is the PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or the PL in your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency the street on 195 subplex. If I hear you, I will nod you and check in the net. Also, this is the Friday, August 11, 2023 edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. This net is being live streamed on the internet. Mike, KD9MED in Rochelle, is doing the honors. Those of you who are listening on the internet, if you wish to check in with Mike, and he in turn will relay your internet check-in to me. And also, if you're on the stick, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to conditions. You're too far away from it, or you don't have internet access. Just give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FN, FN 232-3636, the local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check in on the radio first. We did have 3 hotline check-ins last Friday. We'll see what happens tonight. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short-time or mobile stations. If you can't stay for the net, you better concentrate. You're driving, you got family time or what have you. And we'll take your short-time or mobile stations, check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net state, whether or not you have traffic, your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or ham fests. Also, we will do our regular features. We will do our Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of a radio do you want? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up in your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, FT8, or DMR, or what have you. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we'll do our best to answer them for you. Then we'll do our Friday Night Fun Net DX Corner. Did you make any DX contacts this week? Well, I didn't, but if you did, we want to know who you made contact with. And also, we'll have our SWAT net. You have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want related to hobbies of rap, radio, or computers? Well, definitely do that. Tonight's topic, it's all about cruise night. We are having our annual cruise night here in Freeport tomorrow night. I'm going to ask everybody what kind of car you are driving now, and what kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school. This is something that I do every year. I hope you like the way I opened the net there. Walter Winchell, the great radio commentary way back in the day, did that good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North America and all the ships at sea. I thought I would do that. We talked about that on the Monday night rah-rah info net. With Larry, K9KZT. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobilizations you want to check in? Please call now.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
Alpha 9, Victor Uniform, Michael in Janesville, no traffic.
K9F, David in Beloit, short time, no traffic.
Okay, I got 3 stations checked in at short time. H9NW, Tom and Roscoe, I've got you checked in. Thanks for checking in. 73, you have a good evening. 889VU, Mike in Janesville, I've got you checked in. Short time, thanks for checking in. You have a good evening too. 8K9F, Dave and Boyd, I've got you checked in. Dave, you have a good evening. Thanks for checking in. Are there any more short time mobile stations you'd like to check tonight's Friday night fun net? Please call now. Okay, I almost forgot to mention, I'm expecting a slow turnout tonight. The rah-rah meeting is currently underway. So I'm sure when the meeting gets done, everybody goes to their favorite pizza place for their second meeting. I'm sure I'll get a lot of check-ins on the mobile check-ins on the way then. So that's the situation. Rah-rah meeting is currently underway. Okay, at this time, let's go with check-ins. Do we have any check-ins from Northern Illinois? Which is checking the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
K9 BG, no traffic.
KD9MED with traffic.
So when Roger got you checked in, yeah, we'll get back to you a few minutes around here. Thanks for checking in. Any more check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday night fun net? Please call now.
Yeah, KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle with traffic.
K9MED, Mike and Rochelle, live stream this net on the internet and recording it on future replay of the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. You have traffic. You want to do it now, or would you rather wait? It's up to you.
I can do it now, or I can wait. Depends on you, Jimmy. It's about Maui and the wildfires. I do actually have an SDR port that you can listen in on.
Why don't you go ahead and give that information now? Let me get out my sheet of paper here, so I'll write it down. So, yes, we got to think about those good people out there. That's all there is to it. Okay, Mike, go ahead.
All right, I just put that up on the live stream there a little bit, but you can actually listen to Maui out on, looks like it's a Kiwi radio station. The URL will be as brief reset. Okay, it'll be Hotel Tony Papa : / Mike Alpha Uniform India Sierra Delta Romeo dot Charlie Oscar Mike : 8074. So that's http://MauiSDR.com :8074. Enter 7088 as the frequency. Click on LSB mode.
Okay, now I may have screwed up here. I got Maui, okay. I got MauiSDR.com 8074. Why did you go ahead and repeat that? I think I may have written that wrong.
Yep, got you that. Now you've got the right URL, except you got to put a colon, like a double dot, between the dot .com and 8074. I'll give you the whole URL here. Brief reset. Okay, Hotel Tony, Tony Papa, colon, // Mike, Alpha, Uniform, India, Sierra, Delta, Romeo, dot, Charlie, Oscar, Mike, colon, 8074, and then enter 7088 as a frequency, LSB mode.
Okay, what kind of mode is that?
That's lower sideband mode.
Okay, 7.088 lower sideband. Mike, thank you very much for that information. I will definitely repeat this during later on during the net. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but my apologies there. I forgot my T's there. As I put them down as Tony, it's really Tango, but HTTP, you'll get it. And I'll put it back up on the live stream here for a quick minute or three so people can get a visual on the URL as well.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much for that information. We appreciate that. I'll get back to you in a few minutes for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Okay, do we have any more check-ins from Northern Illinois who wish to check in the finite fund net? Please go now.
KD9QPL, follow sir.
KD9QPL, Paul in House Park. Okay, Paul, I got you checked in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in, Paul. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois with the finite fund net? Please go now. Okay, once again, there are lots of the hams are at the rah-rah meeting, so they'll be checking in as soon as they get done with the meeting. Like I said, they'll probably be on their way to their second meeting. So, okay, let's see. No further check-ins from Northern Illinois. We'll get more of them later. Let's see how many check-ins we get from Southern Wisconsin. 8 stations in Southern Wisconsin wishing to check in. Please call now. Do we have any more, any check-ins from Southern Wisconsin who'd like to check the finite fund net? Please call now. Well, it's Friday night, fish Friday night in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, northern white walleye, the muskie, and the bluegill, crappies. Those of you in Milwaukee area, use your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, or Braunschweiger. Of course, your cheese lovers read that some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Okay, at this time, I will take check-ins from anywhere in Northern Illinois or Southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net. Please call now.
W9RLT.
W9RLT. Okay, Ricky, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes around there. Thanks for checking in. You may have to do your duty here around midnight here. That's when we're supposed to get the strong storms around here. So, thanks for checking in. Okay, WX9RLT, got you checked in. Okay. Any more check-ins from anywhere in Northern Illinois or Southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Again, it's a slow turnout tonight. Most of the hands are at the rah-rah meeting, so they'll be checking in less than about an hour or so. So okay, let's go ahead with traffic. Tomorrow, just a minute. There's got some good news here. In case those of you did not hear. We had a very successful VE testing session this past last Saturday here in Freeport. 6 people came, 6 people tested, 6 people passed. They had 4 new techs and 2 new upgrades to the general. Among those who passed was Tony. He was one of he's one of the high school students from Harlem High School. Passed his test. So, man, well, I'll tell you what, he had a problem with his FRN. As a result, he was not able to take the test. So, let's see about maybe somebody getting him to one of the other testing sites in the next few weeks. We'll see if we can get his Madden, get him tested there. He just passed his driver's license test, so he should get his license probably tomorrow. So that'd be good. But okay, and also, Larry, H9GO, his better half took and passed her technician's test. So that's the way it goes. Let me reset. 6 people came, 6 people took their tests, and 6 people passed. Once again, 4 new techs and 2 new upgrades to general. So, okay. Also, our Steam Repeater Association will have our monthly meeting tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. in the Freeport Public Library, 2nd floor conference room. If you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, by all means, come on over. Let's pack the place. All right. That's my traffic. Anybody else have any traffic you'd like to pass along? Okay, let's go ahead with the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. What kind of an antenna you want to put up on your tower? Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, FT8, APRS, or what have you? If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Anybody have any technical questions at this time? Okay, no tech questions, so we'll go ahead with the Friday Night Fun Net DX Quarter. By the way, Kerry, KD9MED, is away from the radio, but he will be back shortly. He had to take somebody down to Provincetown, Illinois. But he'll be back later on this evening. We'll hear his DX report. So, okay. Does anybody have any DX reports that they'd like to pass along at this time? All right, okay. Well, no DX reports. We'll move on to the swap net. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to hobbies of RAM trading or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or possession of the person who wants to get rid of stuff. May mention the prices over the air, but any haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Do we have any swap net traffic at this time? let's go ahead with the, let's see. Oh, boy. Okay. What kind of car are you driving now? What kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school? We're doing this in honor of our annual cruise night. Will take place in downtown Freeport tomorrow evening. Okay. Dale, K9YBG, what kind of car are you driving now? What kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school?
KD9YBG, driving a 1997 Ford Ranger right now. And when I was in high school, I drove a 1964 Oldsmobile Jetstar 88.
I remember them. Those are oldies but goodies. That's for sure. Jetstar 88. Oh yes, I remember them. Yes. Okay, Dale. Thanks for checking in. Okay, Mike, KD9MED. What kind of car are you driving now? What kind of car did you drive back where you were in high school?
Yeah, KD9MED here. Well, let's see, I'm driving a Honda Fit these days. State-of-the-art little car. It's quite an interesting car. CVT, no gears. Back in the day in high school, I drove, and in the military, I drove Audi ADL. It was a 4-speed manual shift. Racing that thing down the Autobahn was a lot of fun. It's KD9MED, back to net.
Sounds good there, Mike. Okay, thanks for checking in. Okay, Paul, K9QPL. What kind of car are you driving now? What kind of car did you drive back where you were in high school?
KC9QPL here. Well, I'm not driving any now, but I own a 2017 Explorer, and in high school I had a 1954 Chevrolet. We'll say 73 and B-flip.
Okay, sounds good, Paul. Yeah, my dad rode it. I think it was 54. Yeah, 55 Chevrolet two-tone, 4-door. That was his pride and joy. I'll tell you what. He parked the. We didn't have a regular garage there. We had a shed there with the dirt floor. He parked that car in there. It could be 20 degrees below zero. And well, I'll tell you what. When Dad go out and start that 1955 Chevrolet that would go to work, that baby would pop right off. Of course, if it didn't start, you heard about it. He'd cuss and swear up and down all the line and what have you. Okay, sounds good. Okay, do we have any more stations who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net? Oh, by the way, Paul, KC9QPL, thanks for checking in. Okay, are there any more stations who would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please go now. Oh, yes, Ricky, W9AXD. What kind of car are you driving now, and what kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school?
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net. Good to hear everybody out there. Long story short, I get made fun of quite a bit for driving what I drive. It's a HHR. Long story short, it's really good on gas, so people can make fun of me all they want because I'm saving a ton of money up on gas. When I grew up, the car I had, I don't know exactly the make or model. I bought it for $100 off somebody, and I lived in the trailer park. And long story short, I just never even licensed it, never put it in my name or anything like that, and just drove it around the trailer park for a while and beat the crap out of it. And when you think of a trailer park hillbilly trash, that was me, and that was my car, and I was darn proud of that thing. But for the life of me, I can't think of what it was. I do know it was a Buick, and that's all I could tell you, and it was beat up pretty good. So, but yeah, that thing had a lot of memories, and kind of sucked getting rid of that thing. But kind of good topic. Good to hear everybody out there. And man, I'm sitting there listening to some of those cars, and it's like, oh my God, I am so jealous. So good to hear everybody. Send it back to you, Jimmy, WX9RFD.
Yeah, I do this every year in honor of cruise night. So that's I like hearing those stories about those old cars. Even though I can't drive, but I sure love to hear those old stories about the car there. And oh, that's for sure there. So, okay. Do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun then? Please go now. Okay, I've got a flyer in front of me. This is about the cruise. It's August 12, 2023, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. and rain or shine. It's downtown Freeport. It's our cruise night 2023. Here's the event that's going to take place. Scheduled events from 4 to 9 p.m. Food court. You have hamburgers, barbecue ribs, hot dogs, you name it, they got there. From 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. music by Secrets. They'll play a lot of the old 50s and 60s rock and roll. And from 6 p.m. Gary's Collision Center muffler wrapping contest. At 7 p.m., Dan's Route 66 service burnout contest. And from 7 to 9 p.m., it'll be the cruise. They'll actually take those old cars, they'll drive all over downtown Freeport and all over town. That's what's taking place at the cruise night. If you want more information on the internet, it's greaterfreeport.com/events. They'll give you all the information about cruise night. So that's pretty good there. So, okay, any more stations wishing to check the Friday Night Fun then? Please go now. Okay, I've come up with a radio nut joke what having to do with cruise night, so I'll read it here. You know you are a radio nut when, in preparation for cruise night, you install 3 2-meter 440 HF radios and 3 2-meter 440 HF antennas on the front dashboard and on the roof of your 1956 Chevy. You display your 56 Chevy at cruise night. Then while you cruise the downtown, you carry on a QSO with your friends on the local repeater and on HF. You have a homemade radio note joke you want to pass along, you can give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline or give me a call here on the radio. The homemade radio nut jokes are better than the 30 original ones anyway. Okay, any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time, please call now.
KD9EPZ.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up here in Janesville, WI9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I'll go ahead and check in there, Jimmy.
9EPZ checking in.
Okay, I've got 2 stations checked in. K9EPZ, Alan Rochelle, I've got you checked in. And Tom, WI9, WTF, I also got you checked in too. Tom, I'll get back to you in a few minutes there. Al, of course we're talking about cruise night. What kind of car? Well, I'm sorry you're not driving a car anymore, but I remember what you used to drive. What kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school?
I had my own car when I was in high school, but I got to drive my dad's 64 Chevy Impala.
Oh yeah, those Chevrolets, definitely good cars. That's what we mostly drove too, was Chevys. Yeah, you bet.
Tell you, after that, my dad started buying American Motors. And he started that in '68 when they came out as being the first car in the country to have standard equipment air conditioning, the '68 Ambassador, and he bought one of them, and then he basically stuck with them while there was still before American Motors was bought out by Chrysler and shut down. But and I had a '71 Gremlin X silver with red trim. And as a matter of fact, I found the picture I posted on Facebook. You don't have a computer, but I found a advertisement for the exact identical car, and I went and I took the picture off of it and posted it on Facebook. I wish I still had mine, and I wish I still had mine.
Okay, sounds good, Al. Well, hey, thanks for that information there, and thank you for checking in. Okay, I want to get to Tom, W9AXD Repeater. Okay, Tom, thanks for checking in, Al. W9AXD Repeater. What kind of car are you driving now? What kind of car did you used to drive when you were in high school?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up here in Janesville. W9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I guess the first thing I got to say there before I answer any questions is, Jimmy, I think I saw one of my Facebook memories was that cruise night that we did in Freeport. I think it was 4 years ago now. Still, one of the funnest nights I've ever had. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, cool cars, amateur radio communications. It was a fun time. Like I said, I still remember I enjoyed that night. I enjoyed that night well. No, I still have my actually the same as that I had 4 years ago when I went to that. I still have my 2009 Mustang GT and still doing me fine. Actually, just tonight I was doing some brake work. 2 weeks ago I replaced the brakes all the way around on it. That's what happens when you got a car with 135,000 miles on it. But one of the brakes was being sticky, and I needed to bleed my brakes tonight, so I went up and did that. So yeah, like I said, it's coming back a better car, better than new. So in high school, I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a car, but the year my summer after I graduated, I bought my 1986 Mustang, also my 1986 SVO, which has got the turbocharged 4-cylinder, which is kind of unique in itself. Actually, I still own that car today. It's still in my garage. I don't drive very much, but still enjoy it to this day.
I hear you. Sounds good. Well, one of these days, if you get enough dough, you'll probably lovingly restore to the way it was way back when that came off the assembly line. There's that Detroit there. So you bet that's your pride and joy. I hang on to that baby as long as you can.
Yeah, like I said, trying to keep the old 2009 up and running. Like I said, replaced the brakes on it a couple weeks ago, and bearings need to be replaced on it. Clutching, it's not bad yet, but it's starting to, I can feel it. So I hate to say it, 2009 is an old car, but yeah, it's getting to be. So, you know, we're keeping regular maintenance on it. And it's still a good running car. I still love it. I still love the rumble of my V8. So all is good. Anyways, Jimmy, like I said, it was good. And I still enjoyed that night 4 years ago. Like I said, seeing all kinds of classic cool cars and amateur radio was a good night. This is Tom up here in Janesville, W9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I'll be listening.
Sounds good, Tom. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, sad to say our ham radio group is no longer involved in the cruise night. Since they expanded the cruise night route to all over Freeport, our group decided they didn't want to have anything to do with it anymore. So that's the way it goes. But I'm glad you had a wonderful time. Yes, it was 4 years ago. So, okay, Tom. Thanks for checking in. And by the way, we had the simplex net last night on 146.415. There was just two of us, Joe and K9RFD and myself. Chad, of course, is at the Wisconsin State Fair. So, that's the way it goes. Okay, thanks for checking in there, Tom.
Yeah, that's right. I got home real late last night, so yeah, like I said, I forgot to look. So yes, that's right. I forgot you guys did move it to 415 for a night, and that's still in my radio too. So if you're on it next week, it should catch you guys in, and I'll check in. But I got home real late last night, and yeah, that's the way it goes. But yeah, Jimmy, like I said, I enjoyed it. And as far as the thing, yeah, I figure that's the way it goes. You know, like I said, it was a good night, and I would have done it again. But yeah, oh well, we'll figure it out on the next one. This is Tom up here in Janesville, W9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Good job there, Jimmy. We'll talk to you on the next one.
Okay, Tom, sounds good. Thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Are there any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? If you're coming home if you're just getting out of the rah-rah meeting, or if you're coming home from your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping, or the show, if you just turn your radio on, you've been copying the mail for the last 35 minutes. This is your chance of checking the Friday night fun net from anywhere in the region. With traffic, please call K9GCR. Okay, while we're waiting for the other guys to get out of the rah-rah meeting and check in, they're probably going to their second meeting. I'm going to do Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. This is for the benefit of those who are studying for your first-hand radio licenses. I know many of you will listen on you only listen to us on the scanner. You can't listen to police communications anymore unless you have a very expensive digital scanner. You can still listen to fire and EMS traffic there too. They're not encrypted, thank God. So this is what we'll do. A lot of people listen just for the enjoyment of it. So okay, let's just a minute. Okay. Here's the first question. What types of amateur stations can automatically retransmit the signals of other amateur stations? A. Auxiliary, beacon, or earth stations. B. Earth, repeater, or space station. C. Beacon, repeater, or space station. D. Repeater, auxiliary, or space station. What types of amateur stations can automatically retransmit the signals of other amateur stations? A. Auxiliary, beacon, or earth stations. B. Earth, repeater, or space stations. C. Beacon, repeater, or space station. D. Repeater, auxiliary, or space station. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, what types of amateur stations can automatically retransmit the signals from other amateur stations? Correct answer is D, Delta, repeater, auxiliary, or space station. 97.113D. Retransmitting the signals of another station is generally prohibited, except when you are relaying messages or digital data from another station. Some types of stations, repeaters, auxiliary stations, and the space station, in parentheses, are allowed to automatically retransmit signals on different frequencies or channels. Ham radio license manual page 8-7. So, okay, I want to do some more here. I read this a few weeks ago. I'm not reading that again. Okay. I'm not going to be too long with this because I want to get this check-ins from these stations or leaving the rah-rah meeting. So I already read that one. That's a dead giveaway. I'm not reading that either. One moment, please. All right. Yeah, I think I read that. Oh, boy. Okay. What antenna polarization is normally used for long-distance CW and SSB contact on the VHF and UHF bands? A. Right-hand circular. B. Left-hand circular. C. Horizontal. D. Vertical. What antenna polarization is normally used for long-distance CW and SSB contact on the VHF and UHF bands? A. Right-hand circular. B. Left-hand circular. C. Horizontal. D. Vertical. Anybody correct answer to this question?
Horizontal.
You are correct, Dale. You are correct. What is the... No. Almost read the wrong question. What antenna polarization is normally used for long-distance CW and SSB contact on the VHF-UHF bands? Correct answer. C, Charlie, horizontal. Horizontal polarization is preferred for weak signal contact because it results in lower ground losses when the wave reflects from or travels along the ground. And radio license manual, page 4-15. Okay. We're gonna find another question here. One moment, please. I think just a minute. All right. Excuse me. What type of propagation is responsible for allowing over the horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis? A, tropospheric ducting. B, D region refraction. C, F2 region refraction. D, Faraday rotation. What type of propagation is responsible for allowing over the horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis? A, tropospheric ducting. B, D region refraction. C, F2 region refraction. D, Faraday rotation. Anybody correct to answer this question?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up here in Janesville, W9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I'm going to go with A alpha, tropospheric ducting.
Stand by hotline. Tom, you are correct. You are correct. What type of propagation is responsible for allowing over the horizon VHF and UHF communications to ranges of approximately 300 miles on a regular basis? Correct answer is A alpha, tropospheric ducting. Tropospheric ducting is regularly used by amateurs to make VHF and UHF contacts that would otherwise be impossible by line-of-sight propagation. And read the license manual, page 4-1. Okay, that was Tom. Yeah, that was case 9 at DDF, John and Elgin, checked on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. Did you hear that telephone ring, folks? That's a real telephone ring, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. Okay, let me get out my red pencil, my red pen, I should say, and we'll check in John. Whenever I get a check-in on the phone, I always use a red pen with red ink. Okay.
Hey, Jimmy, I was just going to say the last couple mornings it's been real foggy and real high humidity. I've noticed that I heard a couple Milwaukee repeaters and it's out of Arlington Heights, the the W9AXD Repeater out of Arlington Heights. I heard them real strong when I was going to work there the other morning, and I kind of thought it was the same thing. Tropospheric ducting, especially when it's, like I said, foggy and real high humidity in the morning.
That's great there, Tom. Yeah, I think it was I think it was Wednesday night or so. I checked into the night watch net on Chicago, 1443750. So did Al, K9EPZ. The conditions were real terrific on that band. So that was about it. Thanks, Tom. Okay. I'm going to take a break here for trivia. I'm going to see if we can get... Are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry, Mobile.
KD9HKX, Larry and Mobile. Okay. How did the rah-rah meeting go?
The meeting was a good meeting. Had 12 members and guests present. Little light for what we've been doing. I think probably you got the Boone County Fair going. I know that's always popular with a lot of folks, and who knows what else is going. So a little light on attendance tonight, but still a good meeting.
Okay, that's right. Boone County Fair is underway. By the way, ain't you going to the Boone County Fair? You have your HDs. When you get on the Ferris wheel, go to the top of the Ferris wheel. You can take your HDs along so you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay. Larry, we're talking about cruise night. We're having our annual cruise night tomorrow. And as every year, I always ask this question: what kind of car are you driving now? What kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school?
Well, let's see. I didn't drive a car in high school. Living out on the farm, we had one car to the family, so I rode the bus to high school. And what I drive now, right now, I'm in a Silverado Chevrolet pickup.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good there, Larry. Okay, hey, thanks for checking in. Well, I know, you'll be net control tomorrow night for the 8 o'clock rag tune net, so I'll be back. I'm going to be leaving cruise night at about 7 o'clock, so I can be home, so I can listen to the net. But I will not miss the cruise, because that's going to pass me by as I'm walking up Stevenson Street towards home there. So I'll still be able to watch the cruise as it goes by. Okay, Tom, drive safely. Glad the rah-rah meeting went well. So I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Thanks for checking in.
You're welcome, Jimmy. KD9HKX clear.
Okay, are there any more stations who want to check into the Monday night? This is what happens, folks, when you run several different nets. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
Hey, Jimmy, just a quick follow-up on the last thing we were talking about. This is Tom up here in Janesville, WI9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I looked in my book. It's the K9RFD Repeater out of Schaumburg with a 145.23 frequency with a 107.2 PL. It was a morning or two ago, and I was receiving them like it was a Janesville repeater. Like I said, they were coming over crystal clear, and like I said, it was a real foggy morning, and I thought the same thing. It was tropophux, ducting or whatever that they gave it to me, and it was like I said, they were coming in just crystal clear.
Okay, sounds good. That's the way it was with that Chicago repeater, 443750. 114.8 to plus all that. That repeater is located on top of one of the tall buildings in downtown Chicago overlooking Lincoln Park. So that's the way it was. Okay, Tom, thanks for that information there. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, while we're waiting for more check-ins, let's do some more trivia questions. Trying to avoid the sale. Okay, all right, okay. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal returning to your CQ call seems too high or low? A, the AGC or limiter. B, the bandwidth selection. C, the tone squelch. D, the RIT or clarifier. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal returning to your CQ call seems too high or low? A, the AGC or limiter. B, the bandwidth selection. C, the tone squelch. D, the RIT or clarifier. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up here in Janesville, W9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. See, I have a chicken band receiver with one of those modules right on this. I'm going to go with the radio clarifier. Like I said, I do believe that's actually to denote your receive so you can tune in to specifically the frequency they are on. So I'm going to go with D. D, the alpha radio clarifier.
You are correct, Tom. You are correct. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal returning to your CQ call seems too high or low? The correct answer is E delta, the RIT or clarifier. Receiver incremental tuning, or RIT or RIT, is a fine-tuning control used for SSB or CW operations. RIT allows the operator to adjust the receiver frequency without changing the transmitter frequency. This allows you to tune in a station that is slightly off frequency or to adjust the pitch of an operator's voice that seems too high or low. Ham radio license command pitch 5-9. Okay. All right. Which is equal to 1,500,000 hertz? A, 1,500 kilohertz. B, 1,500 megahertz. C, 15 gigahertz. D, 150 kilohertz. Which is equal to 1,500,000 hertz? A, 1,500 kilohertz. B, 1,500 megahertz. C, 15 gigahertz. D, 150 kilohertz. Anybody correct answer this question? Okay, which is equal to 1,500,000 hertz? Correct answer is A alpha, 1,500 kilohertz. And I'm not going to bother to read that math problem there. We'll just get that. Okay, any more stations would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, I don't know how many of you people use satellite communications, but I'm going to read this question anyway. Which of the following are provided by satellite tracking programs? A, maps showing the real-time position of the satellite track over Earth. B, the time, azimuth, and elevation of the start, maximum altitude, and end of a pass. C, the apparent frequency of the satellite transmission, including effects of Doppler shift. D, all these choices are correct. Which of the following are provided by satellite tracking programs? A, maps showing the real-time position of the satellite track over Earth. B, the time, azimuth, and elevation of the start, maximum altitude, and end of a pass. C, the apparent frequency of the satellite transmission, including effects of Doppler shift. D, all these choices are correct. Anybody correct answer this question?
KD9MED, I think it's all of them, D.
You are correct, Dale. You are correct. Which of the following are provided by satellite tracking programs? A, maps showing the real-time position of the satellite track over Earth. B, the time, azimuth, and elevation of the start, maximum altitude, and end of a pass. C, the apparent frequency of the satellite transmission, including the effects of Doppler shift. Well, the correct answer is D delta. All of these choices are correct. Tracking software provides real-time maps of the satellite's location. The trajectory of the satellite will follow across the sky, and even the amount of Doppler shift the signals will experience. You will need to enter data about the satellite's orbit called the Keplerian element. And read the license manual, page 6-24. Okay. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday night fun then? Please call now.
KD9MED, Stillman Valley.
K9RFD in the Stillman Valley. Haven't heard you in a while, man. Good hearing from you. What's I can tell you're probably mobile. What's going on with you? Sounds good. Okay, Gordy, I'm going to let you go so you can concentrate on your driving. Thanks for checking in. Have a good evening. Any more stations wishing to check in, please call now. Okay, I'm trying to keep this trivia segment going until we get some more check-ins. A lot of people are probably going home from the rah-rah meeting, or else they're going to their restaurant for a second meeting. So, all right. Here's the question. What hazard is caused by charging or discharging a battery too quickly? A, overheating or outgassing. B, excess output ripple. C, halfway rectification. D, inverse memory effect. What hazard is caused by charging or discharging a battery too quickly? A, overheating or outgassing. B, excess output ripple. C, halfway rectification. D, inverse memory effect. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
KD9YBG, A.
You did say A alpha, did you, Dale?
Yes, I did.
You are correct, Dale. You are correct. What hazard is caused by charging or discharging a battery too quickly? Correct answer is A alpha, overheating or outgassing. Storage batteries hold a lot of energy and must be treated with respect. Boy, ain't that the truth. They contain strong acids that can be hazardous if spilled or allowed to leak. Storage batteries can also release or vent flammable hydrogen gas, and that can cause an explosion. And radio license manual, page 5-17. Okay. Find another question here. All right. What are the toughest questions in the tech, general, and extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. Those of you new abs who once you get your license, someday you're going to be part of a tower climbing expedition. You're going to be climbing the tower itself, or you're going to be part of a ground support crew. Whenever you take your next test there, we have several of them coming up shortly. This question might put you over the top as far as getting your license goes. Here we go. What is required when climbing an antenna tower? A, have sufficient training or on safe tower climbing technique. B, use appropriate tie-off to the tower at all times. C, always wear an approved climbing harness. D, all these choices are correct. What is required when climbing an antenna tower? A, have sufficient training on safe tower climbing techniques. B, use appropriate tie-off to the tower at all times. C, always wear an approved climbing harness. D, all these choices are correct. You tower climbers should know the answer to this question by heart. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KD9YBG, it'd be Delta.
You are correct, Dale. You are correct. What is required when climbing an antenna tower? A, have sufficient training on safe tower climbing technique. B, use appropriate tie-off to the tower at all times. C, always wear an approved climbing harness. Well, the correct answer is D, Delta. All of these choices are correct. Starting with personal preparation, both climbers and ground crew should wear appropriate protective gear anytime work is underway on the tower. Each member of the crew should wear a hard hat, goggles or safety glasses, and heavy-duty gloves suitable for working with rope. If you are the climber, be sure to get sufficient training on safe tower climbing techniques before beginning. Before beginning, use appropriate tie-off to the tower at all times and always wear an approved climbing harness. Don't use a leather lineman's belt as they are unsafe and no longer approved for tower work. Many climbers prefer footwear with a steel shank that supports the foot while standing on a narrow rung. Ham radio license manual, page 9-19. Okay. Do we have any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday night fun then? Please go now.
Hi, Jimmy. W9AXD Chad over in Janesville. Good evening.
W9AXD, good evening, Chad. How was the Wisconsin State Fair yesterday?
It was pretty good.
Okay, sounds good. Joe, K9GIP ran the net last night, and he had a beautiful signal there on 415. It was just the two of us.
I have a feeling they're not aware of the change. It wasn't really advertised too much. But I'm glad you ran that. I was helping him out. He was going through my radio on crossband, going through my tower. So that's a really cool thing to be able to use that, so people could have my coverage. But yeah, the state fair was pretty good. My balance is very kind of not that great. I was a little bit worried about walking that far. I usually can't walk too far. But I checked my phone when I was back at the hotel and ended up walking 4.1 miles, 9,928 steps, which I was actually pretty surprised about that. So we didn't try any of the pickle pizza they had. Didn't try that. There was dill pickle fudge. Some other things that we didn't try. Erica tried alligator legs. She gave me a little piece of that, and it was okay. I wouldn't have a whole bunch of it, but it was pretty good. You were there from maybe 4:30 to 10 o'clock, so it was pretty good, actually.
Okay, son, that sounds good. Did you try any of those cheese curds?
I never really thought about it. I think it maybe crossed my mind once as a thought, but that's as far as it went. I wanted to do a foot-long corn dog or hot dog. You know what, Jimmy? you know, it's just a hot dog or a corn dog, but there's something about a foot long anything like that at the fair. I'm not sure why it's good. I mean, it's just a stupid hot dog, but just the fact of a foot long hot dog is just kind of cool. But no, I didn't try the cheese curds. I wish I would have.
Oh, well. Are you planning on going up there again, or are you done for this year?
Yeah, we're done for this year. It's only going to go till Sunday anyhow, so. And that involves, for us anyway, because, you know, I'm blind and so is Erica, so we don't drive. So it involves taking a bus and staying overnight. So it's at least a 24-hour trip. So we're gonna go next year, and I'm gonna work on a little bit of strength training for, you know, my lower body. See if I can get that little bit stamina built up there. So see if I can get that a little bit better. But yeah, I'll probably go next year. I'm hoping we can at least do it once a year, you know, one time.
Okay, sounds good, Chad. Yeah, they were selling cheese curds at the Stevenson County Fair too, but I don't. I'm not much of a cheese eater. Once in a while I'll eat, but that's about it. But when I go to Stevenson County Fair, I like to try the pork supreme sandwich here at the Hog House. They have a caricature of a pig there, like a cartoon character that says, "Try a pork supreme, you'll squeal for more."
I'm not a big pork fan, but that might be good. I had a steak sandwich yesterday. It was pretty good. They had pork things too at the fair yesterday. Sporkies. Somebody on the Pink Hamsters net was talking about that she tried a sporky pork sandwich. It's probably the same type of thing, but that does sound kind of good. Problem is, I don't want to overdo food-wise at the fair, because if I eat a lot of garbage food, I end up getting sick off of it. So I was kind of careful when I was eating.
I hear you, Chad. I hear you. Hey, tonight we're having our annual cruise night tomorrow here downtown Freeport. I'm asking the question: what kind of car are you driving now? And what kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school?
Well, seeing as how, like I say, I've been blind since birth, that doesn't really apply. Well, I shouldn't say blind. Visually impaired. Legally blind, I should say. I had okay vision as a teenager, but never enough to drive a car. But the only vehicle with an engine that I had, obviously, were the tractors on the farm, or I had a three-wheeler Honda 110, and that thing, the engine blew up on that thing. And then I bought a Honda 125 four-wheeler, so that was the only motorized vehicles I was legally able to drive. So I guess that was my experience.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I should have known that. I'm legally blind too. I never was able to drive a car. So I'll tell you, this is a true story, and I'm not kidding you. When I was little, my dad had me sit. He was driving somewhere. I was on a couple times on Sunday. My dad had me sitting in his lap. He was trying to show me how to drive. He said, "Now steer it," which I've been doing. He said, "Now watch what you're doing." He said a couple times. He said, "Don't worry. Don't tell Mother." I did anyway. And my mother gave Dad only you know what.
Oh, yeah. I think that would have happened to me. You know, I vaguely remember something like that when I was a kid. It was my brother Craig or my dad. I don't remember driving the same way you were talking about. I vaguely remember that now that you think about it. But I did. Nobody could do nothing about it, but I was with a friend of mine at Lions Camp in Wisconsin here like 10, 15 years ago, He goes, "You want to drive my car?" I'm like, okay. So we get out on the highway, and we switch, and, you know, he's telling me, you know, go a little left, go a little right, whatever. And you know, if we would have got pulled over, that would have been bad, but I went maybe a couple of miles, stopped, but that was kind of cool.
That's pretty good, Chad. Yeah, that was terrific. That's terrific. Okay, Chad, hey, I better let you go so I can see if I can try for some more check-ins here. But thanks for checking in. I'm glad you had a good time at the state fair, Wisconsin State Fair, and I'm sure we'll probably hear you on the Greene County Net this coming Sunday night. Otherwise, we'll catch you on Thursday night on the 415 with the Simplex Net. So thanks for checking in. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend.
How you too, buddy? And yeah, thanks for checking in. Thanks for letting me know Joe was running it. That's cool. So as long as I have the mic here, I'm just going to mention this really quickly. Maybe you already mentioned it, but I'll mention it again. The Simplex Net for Rock County, we're going to change frequencies a little bit on that. It's Thursdays at 8 p.m. It's going to now be on 146.415. 146.415. Reason being is that Jimmy has some interference locally on his end. Don't know what it is, but he can hear me a lot better on the new frequency. So we're gonna move there. So if anyone wants to check into the net, the frequency again we have changed to beginning last week was 146.415. 146.415. And if anyone's in range of UHF from Janesville, I crossband like I am tonight, and using the frequency 445.400. 445.400. So if you want to check in, transmit on 146.415, and then you can listen on 445.400 because you'll hear everyone that checks in there, being that it's taking the crossbanding from Simplex on 2 meter over to 440. So that definitely helps things out. So thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate checking in last night. I was going to see if I could hear it from Milwaukee, but I know I couldn't. So 7:30, maybe I'll talk to you on Sunday. Oh, hey. Another quick question for you, Jimmy. Do you have some time over the weekend or tonight, maybe after the net or something? I just want to see if I can hear you on 440, just to see if you can hear that from my end.
Dad, I'm sorry I doubled over. You want to repeat that again?
I was just saying if you want to tonight after the net or sometime this weekend, if you want to try the 445.400 frequency, see if we can hear each other. That way, if you want to hear the, what's coming off my tower, you can hear everybody. So, like I say, I wonder if you want to give that a shot tonight or something.
Okay, I don't have that frequency programmed in my radio here, but thanks anyway. Okay, Chad. Thanks for all you do. We'll catch you sometime this weekend. If we have any more stations who'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now.
KD9MED, Cary and Rockford.
KD9MED, good evening, Cary. Are you back on your base?
Indeed I am. I'm back from a lovely trip in the countryside.
Okay, sounds good, Cary. I'll tell you what. Nobody else had a DX report, so let me get ready, and we'll get ready for yours. I know you had just a minute. Oh boy. Okay. Let me get my papers straightened out here. So okay. Go ahead, Kerry, with your DX report there.
Thanks so much, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. I was on the air for only 4 hours this week. I got 39 contacts in 13 countries, and I got a new country this week. I'll save that for last. I got a Canada contact in Yellowknife, way up there in the Northern Territories, V8PR. Overall, I've probably got about 400 Canadian contacts, but this one's unusual because it's not along the border like all the other ones are. Brief reset. The big contact, the new country, is a lady named Merlinda. Her call sign is VP6MW. I worked her on 15 meters. She's on Pitcairn Island, and she's a 7th generation descendant of the bounty mutineers who colonized the island. I just think that that's amazing. It's not that far away, actually, but when you consider there's probably only about 200, 250 people living on the island, they don't have a lot of ham operators there, so I consider myself very lucky to have made this contact. That's it, KD9MED.
Okay, Kerry, Pitcairn Island. Oh, I remember reading that book, the Mutiny on the Bounty, back when I was in my sophomore year in high school. I even saw that year. I even saw the movie, the Clark Gable. I don't know who played Captain Bligh, but that was a good movie. I watched that movie. The Bounty trilogy. Let's see. Mutiny on the Bounty, Men Against the Sea, and Pitcairn Island. Yeah, that was a very enjoyable book. 3 books in one there.
Well, I didn't read the books, and I only recently saw the movies. I saw a couple of them, a recent one and the old one, maybe 5 years ago. So I didn't even know the story, but after I learned it, I was fascinated by it. Yeah, that's one for the books. I don't expect her to confirm, but I know and she knows it was a contact. Thanks again, KD9MED.
Okay, sounds good there, Kerry. I also got some information you might be interested. This is from Mike, KD9MED. It's about the Maui. Okay, you have to go to your computer, and I'm sure if he's listening, he'll straighten this out. It's Kiwi Radio. Okay, it's HTTP Maui SDR.com. 8074. Now wait a minute. Here it is. HTTP Maui SDR.com. 8074 7.088 LSB. You can listen to all the information on that frequency about what's happening out in Hawaii and Maui.
Very good. I'm sitting at the computer right now. Let's just ask the browser about that. I found it. Maui Web SDR. I'll give it a listen. Thanks a lot. KD9MED.
You're welcome, Kerry. Oh, by the way, we're having our annual cruise night here in Freeport. I got to ask this question. What kind of car are you driving now? Well, I had the pleasure of riding in your car when you brought me home from the Hamfest a couple years ago. What kind of car are you driving now? What kind of car did you drive back in your high school days?
For the last 11 years, I've been driving my Hyundai Accent. I call it the duct tape mobile because the very first week that I had it, the body started falling apart, so I hold it all together with duct tape. And I like the Hyundais because they come with the 100,000-mile or 10-year drivetrain warranty, and they do honor that. So if I was ever in the market for a new car, I'd probably get another Accent, preset. I didn't start driving till I moved out here to Rockford, so that was a little after I was in. That was maybe 74, 75. I got my first car, and that was a Mopar. That was a Plymouth Valiant, Plant 6, and it was all rusted out, and it worked pretty good for me. KD9MED.
Okay, Gary, sounds good. Hey, thanks for that excellent DX report, and I was able to help you out there with giving you that frequency for Mao. You know the ham radio operators are working their tails off there. That's what there's no internet, no cell service, or what have you there. When all else fails, there's an amateur radio. I keep saying this. The younger people think the internet and the cell service will never go down. It will go down. Yes. So that's how it's that's the way it is. Gary, have a good evening. We'll definitely talk to you next Friday night, the Friday Night Fun Net.
I'll be sticking around to see what happens next.
Okay, we should be getting some more people coming home from going over the rah-rah meeting, unless you're going to a second meeting. So, okay, sounds good. Are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Jimmy, please copy. Kilo Charlie 9, Papa Zulu India, short time, mobile.
Kilo Charlie 9, Papa Zulu India.
You are correct, Jimmy. Your name here is Kevin. Kilo Echo Victor India November.
Okay, sounds good. Got you checked in. I know you're short time, but in honor of our cruise night here in Freeport, I'm asking everybody what kind of car you're driving now. What kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school?
Roger that, Jimmy. Right now I have my rusty, trusty 2014 GMC Sierra with 357,000 miles on it. Back in high school, my first car was a 1976 Chevy Monza. I had that for about a month before it didn't fare well. The vehicle after that was a 1976 Chevy Nova Shark, which back then I didn't realize how rare that car was until today with the internet. I wish I still had that car now. So with that, Jimmy, we'll go back to you. This is KC9PZI.
7-3s, drive safely. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun. And ain't that the way it goes? You get rid of a car you like so much and you end up kicking yourself because you got rid of it. Ain't that the way it goes? Thanks for checking in. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time, please call now. Okay, those of you of a certain age, I know you remember some of the old special on Fridays, late Fridays and Saturday nights. Swede Clark of Courtesy Auto Sales. You remember Mark 'em Up Clark? You know, during the late movies that Channel 13 had on Fridays and Saturday nights around 10:30. He would come on there to advertise. Well, here's a 1963 Chevy with radio, heater, white sidewall tires, $400 down, and what have you. Come in for a trade-in or what have you. You remember that guy? I sure do. Swede Clark.
KD9MED.
Go ahead, Dale.
I remember the Swede Clark. He used to advertise on Sunday morning when we used to watch the Sunday morning movies. Maybe sometimes it was Tarzan or some kind of jungle show. He'd cut in every couple of minutes and advertise his cars, and that was, I don't remember Saturday nights, but I remember on Sunday mornings he done that. KD9YBG, back to net.
Okay, yeah. Come to think of it, I think Saturday night, I think somebody else was there. It was a different car dealership. There was, oh yeah, but I know it was Sweet Clark. It was always on the late Friday night movies. That's when WRAX was ABC and CBS at the time. It was not affiliated with NBC like it is today. But oh yeah, those were the days. Okay, at this time, I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets in the area. I want to mention, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., tune into this repeater. We're going to do the bi-monthly Illinois Region 1 Hospital Emergency Radio System test. This test is conducted on the second Saturday of the even-numbered months at 9 a.m. First, we start here on this repeater. I will be net control for that. What we do, we check all the radios in the hospitals. A lot of people don't know this, but there are AM radio stations in the various hospitals in the area. And usually they have somebody at Swedish American or St. Anthony or Rockford Memorial. I don't know what they go by now. But there's usually somebody at those radios checking out their equipment. I'll be the net control on this repeater. As soon as we get done with that, we'll switch over to 147.165 in Oregon with a PL 146.2 plus offset, and I will turn the net over to Lloyd. K9RFD. He's at EC for IEMA Region 2. He'll do the net on that repeater, then he'll switch after that. And when he's done, he'll switch over to 146.970 repeater in Dixon. PL 82.5, and he'll finish out the net on that frequency. Again, it's the bi-monthly Illinois Region 1 Hospital Radio System test. It's conducted the second Saturday of the even-numbered months. So, let's see. February, April, June, August, October, and December. So, okay. I'll be doing the net on this repeater starting tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Okay. And then we'll go from there. The night watch net, it'll be getting underway in a little more than a half hour at 10 p.m. on the 443.750 repeater in Chicago, PL 114.8 plus offset. The other night, I think it was Wednesday night, Al, K9EPG, and I checked into that net. The conditions were just terrific. They were just beautiful. That net runs 7 nights a week. Depends on, sometimes they'll go for like an hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours. Depends on who's net control. Don't forget tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on this repeater. We've got the Saturday evening ride tune that with Larry, K9HKX is your net control station. I was net control last week. We talk about different topics. Net control will bring up a subject. If you don't want to talk about that, you can talk about another, bring up something else. We go around 2 or 3 times, talk about different stuff. Well, that's what it's all about, rag chewing. And that's what we do every Saturday evening at 8 p.m. on this repeater. And if you're able to pick up the Milwaukee 146.910 repeater, PL 127.3 minus offset, there is a Saturday night fun net. That net also starts at 8 p.m. They used to start at 9 o'clock. As a result, I'm not able to pick up that net anymore. But you got to check in a certain way. I just say like 8 through GHUN and so forth and so forth. Some of the topics they talk about, I wouldn't even dream of bringing up on this net. Let's see. The Greene County Aries Racing Net meets at 7:30 p.m. on the 1-4 on Sunday evenings on the 145.110 Repeater in Monroe with the PL 123.0 Miles offset. Scott K9YI is net control. Combination Aries Races and Ragtune Net. At 8 p.m. We got the Kitchwaukee Amateur Radio Club Net, which meets on the 147.375 Repeater in Belvedere with the PL 100.0 plus offset. Then the Whiteside County Aries Group holds this Sunday evening net also at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 Repeater in Sterling with the PL 114.8 Miles offset. Shouldn't have any problem getting that repeater. The antenna is about 300 feet in the air. Illinois State Police Troop 1 radio tower. And don't forget the Monday evening rah-rah info net on this repeater at 7 p.m. with Larry. K9KCT is your net control station. I was net control last week. This past Monday, I had a good turnout too. I think we had 11 or 12 at check-ins. That was a great turnout. Okay. Then the Lee County Aries Group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 Repeater in Dixon with PL 82.5 minus offset. And the Kitchwaukee Amateur Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.730 Repeater in DeKalb with PL 100.0 minus offset. Tuesday evenings, we got the first of the two health second social nets on this repeater at 7 p.m. Larry, AC9GO is net control of that net. We talk about different stuff, how you're doing health-wise. You have any technical questions, anything else you want to bring before the net? And I almost forgot, at the end of the Monday Night Rah-Rah Info Net and at the end of the Tuesday Evening Health and Tech Net, Larry, K9KCT has CW practice. And at the same time, the Tuesday evening Health and Tech Net is underway in Beloit, Janesville, I should say, on the 145.450 Repeater. The Tuesday evening Rock County Public Service Net is held. At 8:30 p.m., the guys down in Ogle County have just recently started a new net. It's the Ogle County Amateur Radio Net. That meets at 8:30 p.m. on the 147.165 Repeater in Oregon with a PL 146.2 offset. If they have time, they'll go to 146.595 for a simplex net. Well, there was no simplex net this past Tuesday night, but they didn't have time. Then at 9 p.m. on that same repeater, 147.165, they have the Ogle County Amateur Radio Net for Aries Skywarn. Okay, Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We had the weekly Stevens County Aries net. I'm usually net control. Then at 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Boise, PL 123.0 plus offset. The Greater Boyd Amateur Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net. Then at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. Mel, K9RFD and I share the duties of net control operator. I think I had 9 check-ins this past Wednesday night, so that was pretty good. Mel, K9RFD Our trustee of our repeater brings us Hampshire Radio Newsline, 15-minute independent news broadcast of entire Hampshire Radio. I'm sure on the net, that's usually broadcast from the Friday of the previous week. I'm sure today they had a lot of information about the fires out in Maui, out in Hawaii. So definitely listen to that if you get a chance. Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Depending on what the situation is with Ricky, WX9RLT. But if he's available, he'll have the Northern Illinois Skywarn and the training net. And when he gets done with that, we'll have the Thursday evening health tech and social net with yours truly, Jim K9GCR. Immediately following that net, there's Morse code practice with Larry K9KCT, although that was not the case last night. Now, on HF, you got the senile net, which takes place Monday through Friday between the hours of 1400 and 1500 hours Zulu, on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband, with Chuck, WD9BB as your net control station. All right, you're all caught up today on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets. Remember, support your local repeaters. Remember, if any ham radio club, by all means, support your local club.
You mentioned the simplex net, the BI9HF.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Chad. I forgot all about that. 8 o'clock on Thursday evenings. The Rock County Simplex Net with Chad, with the W9AXD. We are now moved to a new frequency. We are now on the 146.415 simplex frequency. Last night, there were only two check-ins. Let's see, myself and Joe, K9CIP is acting as net control operator, while Chad, W9AXD, was at the Wisconsin State Fair. So you check out that simplex net. Thursday evenings at 8 p.m., 146.415. Okay, now you're all caught up today in your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, your local repeaters, and you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means support your local club. Thanks, Chad. I almost forgot.
KD9YBG.
Go ahead, Dale.
When you're talking on the 146.415, how much power do you need to get up there?
Got doubled somebody. But thanks, Jimmy, WI9HF, the station.
So, K9CIP, and he was able to copy me. He said I had some noise there, but you shouldn't have any problem getting into that frequency.
I talked to him a couple weeks ago. I didn't think about it yesterday, and I see you guys changed the frequency on there, KD9YBG.
Okay, Dale. Thanks. Hopefully you'll be able to get in next Thursday.
Try.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please go now.
KC9GCR.
KD9VBX here. The State Fair was awesome. Now our bodies are trying to recuperate from all the walking. Nothing else to say. My vehicle is a lawnmower because, like Chad, I don't drive, but I consider that my vehicle of choice. I love lawn mowing, so go figure. Back to Ned, KD9VBX, in and out.
Okay, Erica, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun. And glad you and Chad had a good time at Wisconsin State Fair yesterday. So, other three, have a good evening. We'll talk to you maybe the next Friday night. Well, there was another station trying to check in. Dean, K9FLO, was that you trying to check in?
Good evening, Jimmy. KC9GCR, K9FLO. How's the old net going? And it looks like we got some weather heading our direction.
Well, that's going great. You're checking number 18. Kurt is not checked in yet because he was at the rah-rah meeting there too. We're doing, yeah, that's not supposed to get here in this area at least until around midnight. I know you guys are under a severe thunderstorm watch there, so see what that's what's taking place.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's looked like it's right now. It's coming across 90 up there, more near Madison, but it's certainly developing and could be interesting. But it looks like most of it's going to be north of the state line, so still could use more rain. No problem there. So very good. Yeah, I heard the meetings tonight, so Kurt will probably take a rain check and just head home to beat out the weather.
That's for sure. They're probably at their second meeting right now. After they get done, they go to a restaurant and have to eat there. When we have our K9RFD Repeater Association monthly meeting, we always go to what we call our second meeting. Then we go to one of the restaurants in town. We eat lunch and talk. We don't transact any business or anything like that, but that's probably what they're doing.
That sounds good. I used to call that a staff meeting. That was my favorite kind of meeting.
I hear you, Dean. I hear you.
So not much going on here. Just kind of got the daughter visiting us for a few days. Flew over here from D.C., so we're hearing about how everything's going at our capital and doing some visiting, and that's about our excitement going on here. Went out last night over to the Butterfly Club and had an incredible meal as expected, and so that's about the excitement. Again, I think I already said that. Back to you, Jimmy.
That's for sure. Hey, you guys, I understand you guys are having a fox. You guys having your breakfast tomorrow, and after that you guys have a fox hunt?
Yes, glad you brought it up. Yeah, tomorrow morning, Denny's, they're on Gardner and 75, otherwise Interstate 90 and 75. In other words, where the Denny's is at, truck stop. And that breakfast is 8 o'clock, and the fox hunt will start about 10 a.m., and everyone is welcome, and bring all your goodies and see if you can find a fox. They have a lot of fun. It seems to be picking up a lot of popularity now. So, yeah, guys, bring your toys and do some fox hunting. There, Jamie, go ahead.
Okay, sounds good there, Dale. Yeah, I was involved in the fox hunt back in 2017. I was the fox. And it took me, they couldn't find me until it was about the time the fox hunt was over with. We were supposed to be in one vehicle, but we ended up going to another vehicle. That's why they couldn't find me, and they were several feet away from me, too. I kept making short transmissions. They still couldn't find me.
Well, you made it challenging. Good. That's what you have to do, and that's all right. It gives them experience in doing that. And, you know, the technology is getting better and better, and the people are starting to figure out, once they get enough experience under the belt, I'll tell you what, the times get shorter, and it'll benefit everybody. And I think that's a good thing, and give them a lot of experience, if all else, in doing some antenna building. They're Jamie, KC9, GCR, K9FLO.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Hey, I wanted to tell you, Dean, we had our VE testing session here in Freeport last Saturday. 6 people tested and 6 people passed. So we got 4 new techs and another 2 new upgrades to a general. One of the kids, Tony. He's a camp counselor at Camp Winnebago. He goes to Harlem High School. He passed his test. The other one, man, there had a problem with his FRN, so as a result, he was not able to take the test. So we'll probably see about getting him scheduled to take another one down the road here. But that's what happened.
I'll tell you, Jimmy, that's great news. Just absolutely great. Now, if we can keep the ball rolling on there and get some more coming in, I think it's going to become with time, a much more important hobby with all the stuff going on around the world. Our communications is going to be a little bit more essential maybe than, who knows, the cell phone. How about that? So, yes, indeed, that's great to hear.
KC9GCR, this is KC9CFL.
Yes, it is there. Yeah. The K9CFL, go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to check in and find out how the net was going this evening.
You are checking number 19. Okay, now, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you a few minutes, Dean. I got a radio nut joke. Now, we're having our annual cruise night here in Freeport tomorrow night. I'm asking everybody what kind of car you're driving now. What kind of car did you drive when you were in high school? But you'll like this one. You know your radio nut when, in preparation for cruise night, you installed 3 2-meter 440 HF radios and 3 2-meter 440 HF antennas on the front dashboard and on the roof of your 1956 Chevy. You display your 56 Chevy at cruise night. Then while you cruise the downtown, you carry on a QSO with your friends on the local repeater and on HF.
I definitely love the radio nut jokes. Currently, I drive a Ram 1500 Longhorn. It's been modified. And then during high school, I drove a 69 Camaro SS that I had souped up to over 1,000 horsepower.
Okay, sounds good. What kind of car did you drive when you were in high school?
I drove a 1969 Camaro SS. It was all souped up. I had it souped up over 1,000 horsepower.
Okay, I kind of got distracted there a little bit. Sorry about that. What kind of car are you driving now?
I drive a Ram 1500 pickup that's been souped up a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. Mike, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net, and enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend.
As usual, Jimmy, thank you for hosting the net. Back to control.
Okay, Dean. We got, now I gotta ask you, what kind of car are you driving now? What kind of car did you drive back when you were in high school?
Now you got to clarify on that: a car that I owned, or a car that I borrowed, as in my mother's.
Well, it didn't make any difference. I was just kind of wondering what did you drive when you were in high school?
My first car that I owned was in high school was a 1962 Volkswagen Beetle, the typical dark green machine. It was a interesting car, but it did what it was supposed to do. Got you down to where you're supposed to go, school, of course, and it was pretty good in the winter back in the 60s. So it was nice for that there. But that was about as big a performance that we had. All 40 horsepower of it there, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. That sounds good. Are you, what kind, yeah, they were good cars back in the day. What kind of car are you driving now?
Right now we got a little Subaru, more family type car, and had that for a number of years now. And that's about it. We're just a one car family now. No longer have, we used to have two vehicles, but we don't need two anymore. We don't work or anything like that, and so now just we're down to one, which is kind of nice. No insurance or very low insurance, all that stuff. So yeah, kind of a pleasant change on all that stuff there, Jamie.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, Dean. I don't think Kurt's gonna get on here, but he must be tuckered out from the meeting and stuff down there. He's gonna. I talked to him yesterday. He's gonna send me the ham rag in the mail. I should be getting it in the next few days here.
You get it by electronic or U.S. mail?
U.S. mail. I don't have a computer. I don't know how to operate one.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see it in a few days. You'll get it then and be able to read it cover to cover there, you know.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yes, that's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, Dean, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you next Friday night.
All right, Jimmy, take care of 7-3s. Have a great one. And everybody else out there, careful if our storm gets nasty tonight. Hopefully it'll kind of peter out, but it's still maturing. KC9GCR, K9FL, be clear.
Sorry about that, folks. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. That was KC9IH in LaSalle, Illinois. He's checking in on. He called me on the phone. He's listening to the net on the live stream, and he's gonna mention it during the night watch net, which is going to be getting underway here in about 5 minutes. So he's checked in. I put him down as I got 2 hotlines that check in. So okay, sounds good. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, let me tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net's central Facebook page. contact the Brad AH at 2I or Ricky, WX9RLT, if you want to sign up for the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. You hear the copy of this net as soon as it is posted. Mike K9MED in Rochelle is recording this, live streaming this on the internet, and he's also recording this for a future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Go to the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page, follow the instructions, enter your call sign, follow the instructions, and you're in business. You can listen to past editions of the net. Every night is Friday night with the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. You can listen to it's Friday Night Fun Net all day, every day, or all night, every night. It's Friday night, every night of the week. So let's say it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't sleep. I'm going to throw on Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. That'll probably put me to sleep. And that does nothing well. So of course, you've seen pictures of the my Friday Night Fun Net online phone. It's a red traditional desktop touchtone telephone. We had 2 online check-ins tonight. That's a real, you heard it earlier, that's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. So, okay. Any more stations wishing to check in, please call now. Hey, Dean, K9FLO, are you by chance still on the air? Okay, I guess not. I was going to tell him about that, where you can pick up Maui there. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, at this time, I'm going to go ahead and read the amateur's code. 1. The amateur is considerate. He never knows that he uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. 2. The amateur is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and to the American Radio Relay League, to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps his station abreast of science. It is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly. It's slow and patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner. Kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration toward the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. 5. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows it to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. And 6. The amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. Is Tony K9RFD or EC here in Stevens County. He used to say something to live by not only on the radio but throughout life itself. And say a prayer for these amateur radio operators in Hawaii, especially on the island of Maui. They're working there, you know what, providing emergency communications because their cell phones, they're down, and so is their internet. When all else fails, there's always amateur radio. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at? Lockdown, lockdown. At this moment, Winnebago County Jail is now going into lockdown for the night. Kerry, K9MED was telling me you listen to the jail frequencies on a scanner. Every night at 10 p.m. Dispatch radios all the corrections officers. Lockdown, lights out, time to go to bed, jailbirds. Nighty night, sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
KD9MED.
Yeah, go ahead, Dale.
I switched over to night watch there on UHF, and they're coming in Porty Port tonight. And I got a weak signal from them. I can hear them, but I know they won't hear me. KD9MED, back to you.
Okay, thanks. That will probably be the case when I get done here, but that's okay. That's the way it is. Last night they come. They was kind of in and out, and they let's see, it was Tuesday night I checked in. Let's see, there was a Wednesday night they come in pretty good now enough to check in, but that was Tuesday night when Al and I both checked in. So okay, thank you very much, Dale. Are there any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, I would like to thank Dan, N9DCH, the trustee of this repeater, and the members of the 195 group for allowing us to use this repeater to host the Friday Night Fun Net. And all the other nets we have in the area. Alright, I'm going to run down the list of stations who've checked in so far. K9GCR, myself, K9GCR, net control. H9NW, A9VU, AK9F. And those are my three short time check-ins. Okay, I want to thank Dale, KD9YBG, and Mike, K9MED down Rochelle, is live streaming this on the internet and recording on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. K9QPL, Paul and Wells Park, WX9RLT, Ricky. I hope he's still with us. The host of Northern Illinois Skywarn. K9EPZ, Alan Rochelle, WI9WTF, Tom in Janesville. KC9DDF, John and Ellison, and checked on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. K9HKX, Larry, you'll listen to him tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on the Saturday Evening Radio Tune in this repeater. K9NEX, Gordy, down Stone Valley. I think it was at the Rah-Rah meeting. WI9HF, Chad. K9MEP, Kerry, thanks for that DX report. K9PCI, KD9VBX, Erica, Chad's better half, K9FLOD, K9CFL Mike, and K9IH down in the LaSalle. Checked on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. Got a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 on there check-ins, 2 online check-ins, a total of 20 check-ins. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now. Oh yes, I gotta do my honorary check-in. Let's see. Hold on. Oh yeah. Tony. I gotta make sure I got the right pin. K9RFD Tony, HC honorary check-in. Our EC here in Stevenson County. N9 CAB Tracy, Tony's better half, HC honorary check-in. We mustn't forget the beautiful Kitchwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. Scott, 889. Silver Fox, HC honorary check-in. This is K9 GCR to Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. And we have any stations who want to check in, please call now. Okay, continuing my honorary check-ins. We got 89SF checked in. E9FEO Justin, HC honorary check-in. And one of the best guys in the whole world, he doesn't check in every Friday night, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9ZO. Belvedere, HC honorary check-ins. I'm sure he'll have tickets for the upcoming Radio Expo coming up at the end of next month. All right, let's see. One moment, please. W9KLG Kevin, HC honorary check-in. AC9JZ Mike, HC honorary check-in. He checked in last week. Okay. I also put down Robert, K9ICH, or an honorary check-in. Now we're going to do our Stevenson County check-in. AD9LOA, Brandon and Rolina, HC honorary check-in. KD9OVJ, John McConnell, HC honorary check-in. He's in Canada, along with his wife. He took his son back up to college up there. So, okay. N9WSQ, George. Our club president, HC honorary check-in. I talked to him today on 39. Well, he called me, and I'll see him at our Repeater Association meeting this coming tomorrow. Don't forget, our Stevenson County Repeater Association monthly meeting is tomorrow at 11 a.m. in the Freeport Public Library, second floor boardroom, conference room. You're not doing anything, come on over. Oh, yes, I got Chicken Bob. N9ZXK, Bob. He lives about a mile west of me. Sometimes he checks in, other times he doesn't. So that's about it there. Okay, any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9SAZ, Daniel Rockford, short time. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jimmy.
K9SAZ, Dan. Okay, got you checked in, Dan. I know you're short time. We're having our annual cruise night here in downtown Freeport tomorrow. I'm asking everybody what kind of car you are driving now. What kind of car did you drive back in your high school days?
69 Dodge Charger with a 383 Magnum and a 3-speed Hurst on the floor. I think that was I can't remember if that was the first year or not, but unless I have the year wrong. Yeah, I loved it. Anyway, I gotta run, Jimmy. Gotta go pick somebody up from work. It's been a busy night, so gotta run and grab somebody else here. So Wanted to make sure we got in there real quick, and hope you're having a good night. Back to you.
I'm definitely having a good night, that's for sure. Okay, Dan, thanks for checking in. You have a good evening. Drive safely. Enjoy thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun. Talk to you down the hall.
Have a good night, everyone, and hope everyone's well, and catch everybody later. KD9SAZ, clear back to net control.
K9GCR. Any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun net, please go now. Well, folks, I'll tell you what, I want to thank you for checking. It was a great net tonight. If you're able to come to cruise night tomorrow, you're welcome. Please feel free to do so. What did I do? I'm going to read this promotion again. This is a flyer. Okay. Cruise night 2023, August 12th, 2023, 4 to 9 p.m. Downtown Freeport. Rain or shine, downtown Freeport. Scheduled event from 4 to 9 p.m. Food court. Every kind of food there. Barbecue, ribs, chicken, hamburgers, hot dogs, you name it, they got. Tacos, yes. From 6 to 9 p.m. Music by Secrets. That's probably playing 50s and 60s rock and roll. 6 p.m. Gary's Collision Center muffler wrapping contest. 7 p.m. Dan's Route 66 burnout contest. And from 7 to 9 p.m. it's the cruise. They'll go not only through downtown Freeport, they'll go all over town. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow evening, you're welcome to come over to Freeport for cruise night. I hope you enjoyed the net. That's what we were talking about. What kind of car you're driving now? What was your favorite car you drove back when you were in high school? So, okay, be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws. Be sure you tell your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the checkout counter of your grocery store. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter of your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, and your bartenders, and your friends in the neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Or be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your post office when you buy your stamps or envelopes. Be sure you tell your bank cashier when you want to withdraw some money. Be sure you tell your stockbroker. Be sure you tell your used car dealer, your new car dealer. Be sure you tell your garage mechanic. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, of course, your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun net. The more checking, the better the net. Make sure you have valid FCC license before you check in. And be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Sorry, folks, but we do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, bounty moms, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. You sit in the clubhouse, take a knee or clench your fists when the national anthem is being played. We don't take your check-ins. If you don't pack the blue, we don't take your check-ins. That's as plain and simple as that. Anybody have any questions, comments, or input or traffic you'd like to bring before the net? Okay, before we close out this net, I want to mention this information provided by Mike, K9MED. It's, okay, it's, Kiwi Radio, okay, let's do this right, HTTP, /MauiSDR.com, 8074 7.088 lower sideband. You listen to that frequency, you can find out what's going on in Maui. Please say a prayer for those people. The death toll is expected to go much, much higher, sad to say. Keep your first responders and your ham radio operators in your thoughts and prayers. That's all I can tell you. Okay, with that, I hope you enjoyed another edition of the Friday Night Fun Day. It was a pleasure to bring you, talk about what kind of car you're driving now, what kind of car you drive back anywhere in high school. It was all about cruise night. So, okay, with that, this is the last call for 8 stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Day. Everybody we're in the region with traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, there being no further business, this concludes the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, August 11, 2023. With a total of 33 check-ins overall. It's not official. I may expand the list. We'll see what happens. I want to thank everybody for participating. It's a great net. Hope you enjoyed the net as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm now going to close down this net and return to repeater in the frequency normal answer radio use at 10:16 p.m. Central Daylight Time, 3 hours 16 minutes Zulu time. This net is now closed. Repeater is now over normal answer radio use, and I got checking Kirk KD9MED. HC honorary checking. Okay, 7th reason, everybody. This is K9GCR. Have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully we'll see you at cruise night tomorrow night. If not, we'll talk to you next Friday night. This net is now closed. This is K9GCR. Wish you all a very pleasant good night. 7-3. K9MED, K9MED, K9GCR.
KD9MED.
Go ahead and post it to Mike. I'm sure everybody's going to enjoy this net. That was a 2 hour 16-minute net and a total of unofficial count of 34 check-ins.
All right, Jimmy, we'll get it posted. And just so you know, we didn't have any problems with the live stream tonight. It played the whole night through.
Thank God. That's good. That's good to hear, Mike. Oh, okay. And thank you for that information about that frequency. I'll mention it on some of the other nets down the log. You would have a good evening. We'll talk to you next Friday night. K9GCR, we clear. Good night.
All right, copy that, Jimmy. I posted the link up on the live stream, and I put it up on our Facebook page as well. KD9MED, clear on your final.